here I am. On one side are the Templars.
Hey, this is my video. I'll do the storytelling. What's the crack, everybody? And welcome to my video where I will be getting the Platinum Trophy for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. And we get to skip a bit forward just to start off the game to see who our main antagonist is. And it's the Pope's son. His name is Cesare. And we're kicking off the trophy collection very early here by getting technical difficulties. And you get this trophy for just starting the game. And we're back with the legendary man himself, Ezio. And this takes place right after we just discovered the vault. And he's just going to leave like he discovered absolutely nothing down there. While at the villa, we actually get surprised attacked by Cesare and the Templars, and we have to rescue all the people that live in Mario's villa. We save all the people, but Cesare ends up getting the apple. Ezio ends up badly wounded from being shot and has to escape the villa with his family. I then got the trophy battle wounds for pulling a Houdini and going behind the bookcases to escape and make it safely out of the villa, escaping the Templars. And while Ezio is making his daring escape, Desmond decides to move in with the band of assassins, taking over the whole villa where the Templars cannot find them. Doing all this then, it let me collect the trophy Sanctuary. We're then back with Ezio where he finds himself in the middle of Rome, not knowing how he got there and someone telling him he's old. We then meet a man that we met from the first game called Niccolo, one of Ezio's assassins and friends. The Templars have moved in like unwanted guests all over Rome, so we have to take out the Borgia captains and burn their towers down. Ezio then gets into a massive fight with what I can only say is the first cosplayers ever, and getting a 10 kill streak gives us a new trophy called Serial Killer. Once Ezio was done dealing with all the cosplayers, we actually find out where they came from, and once we're done exploring their base, we actually find a key that you use to find more armor in the game, and a trophy called Golden Boy. And once we emerge out of the cosplayers' lairs, Machiavelli's there waiting for us, telling us all about them. It's almost like he set this up. And once we find a base for the assassins to settle, I got another trophy here called Perfect Recall, which you get for getting 100% on missions other than Sequence 1. And I got another trophy here called Rome in Ruins, and I got this for completing Sequence 2. Rome is a bit of a fixer-upper. We then go on to make some friends around Rome, and we're going to start with the ladies of the night. And we find out that Claudia is actually the madam of the house. And then we're on to the mercenaries, and it's ran by one of the assassins that we helped in the first game, who I'm fairly sure gets swordplay and foreplay very confused. And the last group, but definitely not least, are the thieves, and they're run by a fella called the Fox. He's from the first one too. And once we show all the leaders of the three gangs where the assassins will be meeting from now on, so all of them come up with a plan to go see if they can take out the Pope and his son, and to rescue the angry lady from the first game as well that got captured at the villa. And once that was all done, I got the next trophy, Fixer Upper. While trying to rescue the angry lady, we need to get a key of Cesare's sister / lover. We end up getting Katrina out anyways, and once she was free, Ezio decides to take the fight to the Borgia and starts rebuilding the Assassins Brotherhood. Next trophy I get here is called Brotherhood, and you get this for recruiting 3 assassins, and they're the people who want to fight back against the Borgia. And now for a good part of the game, we actually get to meet our old friend Leonardo, and he tells us he's built some absolute insane weapons for the Borgia and we have to go destroy them. So that's exactly what I did. I went and blew up the weapon and I destroyed the blueprints that he had made, giving me the trophy, bang. And then after completing a few more missions and letting the angry woman go home to her kids, we complete Sequence 4, giving us another trophy, which I will not be pronouncing. Ezio has a plan then, and he decides to take out Cesare's banker so his money will stop. If you give me 100 guesses at what this fella does, I'd never guess a banker. Once the banker was taken care of then, I decided to go take out one of Leonardo's more machines. But before I did destroy it, I destroyed a whole load of other ships that Cesare had made. And I don't know what to call this thing. It's like a gondola rocket boat thing. But once the boat thing was destroyed and Ezio got away, I got the trophy, Splash. And then I made the best investment I could have made throughout this whole game, and I ended up buying my favourite weapon, the crossbow. This thing was always a one-shot kill. It's class. We go to check on Claudia to see how she's doing, and we find out that she can handle blade like no one else. And once that's done, we finish Sequence 5, which gives me the trophy, Fundraiser. It looks like the fella that loves swords needs our help, so we decide to come up with a plan to rescue his wife. And that plan was to take out some of his soldiers and pretend like we're his men and walk straight in, while we have him as a prisoner all tied up in front of us. Once we get the wife free from the French Templar captain, I got the next trophy, Forget Paris. Ezio comes up with another plan to take out Cesare, and that starts with getting a key off his sister's lover. And he's an actor, and he's about to be killed by the man we're following on this horse. Ezio then tries his hand at acting, but he's no good, so he decides to save the life of this actor and get the key. And it also turns out that one of the thieves from the villa actually survived and is a traitor, so we give chase and we catch him. And once this is all done, this is the end of Sequence 7, which gives me the trophy, Bloody Sunday. The name of this in the second one town as well. Ezio was sick of this fella talking shite about him, so he decided to pay him some money. But what this fella didn't know is Ezio has sticky fingers, so he got a 5-finger discount. Ezio and Cesare find out where the apple is, and the both of them decide to have a race with each other. And I always like to win, so I decided to destroy half of Ezio's armor just to get ahead and get that apple. And once I got the apple, the most annoying part of this was I couldn't use it because I couldn't kill anyone to get 100% synchronization with this mission. So I just had to run like the fucking clappers. Most powerful weapon in the game, and I run like a chicken. But anyways, I end up getting away from all them, and I make it back to the assassin's base, bringing sequence 8 to an end and giving me the trophy, Victory to Murderers. Cesare gets captured, but Ezio has a bad feeling about it, so he rides out to see what's going on. And Ezio is right, so he decides to hunt down Cesare and fight him to the death. But instead of killing Cesare in the normal way, Ezio decides to see if he can fly. Maybe Cesare thought he could fart out a feather and fly away. And then our next trophy pops, and I'll let you decide by the name of that trophy to see if he flew or not. Desmond and the modern day assassins find out where the apple is, and they decide to head to the Colosseum. They find an underground part where Ezio hid the apple, and Desmond has to do some seriously acrobatic skills to get to it. And once they have the apple, Desmond thought it'd be a good idea to give Lucy a good dirt nap. And this lets me bag another trophy called A Knife to the Heart. And that was the last story mission trophy. I then went to the next cosplayer's lair, and once I explored it and got to the end, I got the next key I needed, and the next trophy, which was called Amen. The next trophy that popped for me was called Show Off, and you get this for completing 10 challenges put forward by the guilds. Then I went on to destroy all the Borgia towers to remove their influence from Rome altogether, and it gave me the next trophy. You'd think the Borgia influence would be gone already, considering Cesare is already gone. And then I went back to get all the keys for the armor that I needed. So once I was done exploring this place and got the next key, I unlocked the next trophy. And I can't help but wonder, is it a reference to something? And once again I find myself in another Romulus lair. And once I was done fighting off all the wolf men and speedrunning the place, I got the next key and the next trophy. And that's another layer down, another layer explored, and another new trophy for me, called Undertaker 2.0. So this was the last layer of the Romulus. So once I was done exploring the caves and getting the key, I got my next trophy. And I was glad I didn't have to deal with the Romulus no more. And since I had all keys, I decided I'd go get the Romulus armor, and I don't like it that much. Do you? The next trophy I got was called Home Improvement, which you get for renovating 5 places in one of the districts. Leonardo decided to bring back one of his greatest inventions for Ezio. This time though, it wasn't Ezio's, and it was fitted with a gun, so it had to be destroyed, along with the blueprints and any copies that they were making. And once that was done, it gave me the trophy. Boom. And it was not easier to fly this time at all. And of course, Leonardo was forced to make a tank. More than one actually. So we had to go take one and then destroy the rest of them. And then destroy the one you're using. This had to be the most annoying one because you couldn't take any damage in the tank whatsoever. But once I had that done, I got the next trophy. Kaboom. And that was the last of Leonardo's inventions to destroy. And we meet back up with him and he's so happy he gives us a present. And it's a parachute. The next trophy I got here was called Going Up, which you get for killing a guard by using the bag that drops from the lift. That's one hell of a way to go. You can send your assassins out to do missions throughout the game, and the more missions you send them to do, the more rank they get. And then as soon as they level up, you get skill points to put into their armor or their weapons, making them better assassins. And once your assassins reach the final rank, you get to induct them into the Brotherhood, and this gives me another trophy called Welcome to the Brotherhood. Our old pal Leo actually goes missing, so we have to go find him, and we find a map that leads straight to him. And once we find him and rescue him, we leave the place and we start talking about old times, and I acquire a new trophy called GPS. The next trophy I decided to get was called Deja Vu, and you get it for just replaying any memory throughout the game. The next trophy I decided to get was called Airstrike. You have to kill 10 guards at once using your arrow storm, and it was so much fun to get. While on a mission for one of the guilds, I decided this would be a good time to get Grand Theft Dressage, which you get for jumping to 5 horses different times without hitting the ground. If it wasn't for this mission, I don't think I would have been able to do it. The next trophy I unlocked was for completing all the missions 100%. That's all the missions for the factions, the Leonardo disappearance, and the main game too. And it damn near broke my heart doing all this. This next trophy I got for jumping off the tallest point in the Castello Sant'Angelo and deploying a parachute. But that's not the best part. The best part is I got to see my house from here. The next trophy I got is called Special Delivery, and you get this for air assassinating 2 guards at once from a parachute. Imagine trying to explain how they died. This was definitely the most tedious of the trophies, collecting 101 Borgia flags. It's like collecting the feathers all over again. And speaking of collecting feathers, you have to collect 10 feathers throughout Rome, which gives me the trophy In Memoriam. And that has to be the coolest way ever to get down from anywhere. And this next trophy is for throwing a long weapon, a smoke bomb, and a heavy weapon at a guard who is more than 10 meters away. And I didn't realize this was a feature in the game until now, and I love it so much. And it didn't always go as planned, because sometimes I just buried my axe into some random fella's face. Poor bastard. After solving more of 16's puzzles, I got this next trophy, which is just a bunch of dots. And if you want to know what the truth is, it's that 16's puzzles are bullshit. And all you get to do is show how great you are at free running from solving all these puzzles. The next trophy I acquired was for unaliving a guard with a sweeping brush. This is such a weird thing to say. This next trophy is called Clowning Around, and I found it a bit weird because it's called Beat 5 Thirsty Harlequins. I don't know what type of thirsty they are, and I really don't want to know. And I don't know why they were so aggressive either. Like, it's attack on sight when these lads see you. The next trophy I got was called The Gloves Come Off, and this is for beating all the mercenaries and betting on yourself to win in an underground fighting ring. The next trophy I acquired was for playing a gambling game and winning a certain amount of money. And I can't tell if I was lucky here or what was the story, but I got it all in one go. I couldn't believe I got it all in one go, because all I was thinking was I'm going to be here for absolutely ages. The next trophy I managed to acquire was Perfectionist, which is getting 3 gold medals in any of the simulations that Rebecca's made for you. And in case anybody wanted to know, the medals I got the gold in were all fighting related. And the next trophy I gained was called Your Wish is Granted, and you get it for just throwing money in a well. And the trophy definitely lied, because my wish did not come true. And because I'm a gobshite, I didn't get out of the Animus until it was too late, so I had to restart a save file, and this trophy here is for checking emails. And for this second last trophy that I acquired, it's called Dust to Dust, and all you have to do is find an artifact in 2012. And then, like clockwork, the platinum trophy pops. And once again, this game was so much fun to platinum. If you want to do it, I recommend it. And I also recommend to watch another video of mine if you want. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you have a good day. And goodbye.